Hello, dear colleagues. This is Altuğ Güler from Proto Software. I'm reaching out to you from our headquarters office to wherever you are in the world. Thank you for reserving this time to listen to us. Today, I'm going to talk about the new features of ProtoSteel and ProtoDetails, but this is not going to be a webinar only about the new features, but we're going to try to cover some existing but underrated features as well. So currently you see on my screen, by the way, is there anyone who have problem with hearing me? I suppose everything is fine on your side. So please message us if you can't hear or have any issues. Okay, I don't see any problem. So let's continue. Okay, this is ProtoStructure screen, as you're already familiar with. ProtoStructure is our main software. As you know, it's the modeling, analysis, and design. Mostly the member design is made in ProtoStructure. And we have two production softwares, ProtoDetails and ProtoSteel. We have already covered, Mustafa Tan has already covered actually the new features and other features of ProtoStructure in the recent webinar. So I'll be covering ProtoSteel and ProtoDetails. Let's start with this cute model here. We have a workshop model with a round stairs and yes, and the foundation, of course, together. Let's switch to ProtoSteel. Okay, I have already opened it for you. The same model opens up here. So let's start with a new feature, first of all, and it's going to be our new beamed column connection, which is the extended end plate. It's similar to end plates, but this is a pre-qualified seismic connection. So it supports some additional, as you see, additional tension bolts to improve the capacity of the connection. Select this macro. I just clicked M, selected the macro, and entered Enter key. And let's play with some parts. We can extend the plate upwards. You can change the positions of the bolts, so on. And you know all this stuff. You can edit all of the macros in ProtoSteel. And another new feature is that we have brought the support of curved beams end plate connections. So I select the beamed column end plate, select the column, curved beam here, and right click. Column, curved beam. There's a visual glitch here currently. It is just a visual thing, and we have already fixed it actually. Let's do the same for the vertically curved beam, like this. Another new feature, again, is the support of base plates on king cross shape columns, like this one here. It's a cross shape column. And we have, let's assign a base plate to it. Let's create a base plate for it. But here again, another new feature is that we have a stiffened base plate, like this one. So I select the stiffened base plate and like this. Okay, here we go. This is an exposed base plate with the extended anchor bolts. As you know, the column base connections are one of the most critical components of special steel moment frames, because they transfer the demands from the superstructure to the concrete foundation, and this creates an interface between them. This connection consists of base plates anchored to the concrete foundation through bolts, which are about to be inserted in a minute. These bolts are extended to a steel chair, like this, steel chair's configuration. The purpose of this is to concentrate the plastic strains mainly in the extended region of the anchor bolts, so that the rest of the components remain elastic, particularly under seismic loading, of course. But here you see that my pedestal size is not adequate to support this base plate. I couldn't foresee this during the modeling in ProtoStructure, so I need to revisit my ProtoStructure model and make it align with this base plate, right? Okay, so for this, let's close this, and yes, okay, we saved it there, and come back here and ProtoStructure and select this foundation, this footing actually. And since this is a steel column, it automatically creates, I have actually designed all these batch pad footings in the batch mode, but it automatically assigned pedestals because these are steel columns, but the sizes are not adequate. So I switch to the pedestal pane here, and let's make it, I don't know, something like 150 maybe. Okay. All right. Yes, it's updated. But in the previous versions, you had to update the whole model. You had to send the whole model again to ProtoSteel, and that would take time and cause some extra work to do on the ProtoSteel side. But with the new partial update feature, you can just select a component or more than one component, actually multiple components, and partially update the ProtoSteel model that we have already created there, so that the connections remain there, the connections stays as they are, and only the new component or modified component changes, like here. As you see now, our pedestal fits right in. So, but we need to add some detailing, more detailing components. Of course, we need to use an anchor bolt here. Just select the anchor bolt. I can place them one by one, but I will use the alternative way. Select right click and select the plate, or the top plate. I will do the same for the other side as well. Select, right click. There you go. And of course, we can, these are J-type anchor bolts. Switch. Okay, let's select them. Enter. And change their type. Instead of C-type, let's use simple. And maybe we need to extend the geometry, the size of it a little bit. I don't know. There we go. Yes. Okay. So this is exposed base plate macro with extended anchor bolts. Currently, this connection does not support auto design yet, but it will in the near future. So this is we have also talked about the partial update now. Let's see another new feature which comes with 2025 version, and it is the connection, the BIM connection to IDEA Statica. IDEA Statica checkbot. IDEA Statica, let's launch this checkbot first, by the way. Oh, sorry, before this, let's make a couple of more connections here, okay? I'd like to add some beam column end plate here at this joint. And maybe a stiffened end plate on this side. Okay, we have connected this column to the frame members, the beams in both directions. And I can do the same here actually. Let's do this one as well. And I don't know, maybe for this one too. Okay. So we have a couple of connections. Let's assume that we have completed all the connections modeling in Protosteel. Actually, you can have the design reports for most of the connections. You can design them according to the codes, different codes. But let's say that you want to dive deep into the connection design, and you want to perform a CBFEM, component-based finite element method analysis in IDEA Statica. Let's launch this link, and when we launch the link, Protosteel actually pops up a dialog box. This should remain there in order to keep the link alive. If it is the first time opening this project in IDEA Statica, it's already filled, the fields are filled, but you just need to click Create Project. So the project is ready now. IDEA Statica and Protosteel are linked using this dialog. What I will do is I will select bulk, and it goes back to the Protosteel actually, and expects us to select a connection or a couple of members, let's say, to transfer to IDEA Statica. I just select them in a window and right-click them, and IDEA Statica is now processing the object model from Protosteel, so it's important. So, and if I go here, you see that my connection is listed. This connection is listed here, and I right-click, I open it. So the checkbox opens the connection editor, IDEA Statica connection editor for this specific connection. And for those of you who are familiar with IDEA Statica, actually, it's a operation-based software. So you have the members. Say it's a little bit hard to rotate. Yes, okay, let's use this. You have the members defined. You have the operations, which can be weld operations, bolt operations, or cut operations on the plates, and the notch operations, etc. You can switch to checking this connection, analyze it using finite element methods, and arrive to the design part and prepare a report out of it. But to do this, you're gonna need the loading as well on this. So if you click on the loads, you will see that a table is gonna be popping up here. You see, currently Protosteel cannot export the the reactions, internal reactions of the member or the reactions that this connection needs to support. But you can overcome this manually for now. What you can do is you can use ProtoStructures. I think we have used this one, right? You can use the information that you can obtain from ProtoStructure. Here, sorry. Right-click and see column wall design forces. And if you use the operand effects, you will see that combinations. Okay. You can obtain the end reactions at the top end of this column, and you can enter these values you take from ProtoStructure into this connection editor. And you can do similarly to the same, of course, for the beam reactions. Like you can use the analysis result diagrams and use the envelope diagram, for example, get the shear values for the envelope and apply it here for these beam members, right? And you can, so that you can continue to check with the check of the connection and analyze and design it. So let's close this for this specific connection. Let's not save it. Okay, our connection is still there, it's established and it's not broken yet. I'd like to add one more connection on top of this. Let's add this one too. So what I do is I go back to checkbot, to the checkbot of the IDEA Statica. I select bulk again. So which one was it? This one, sorry. And right click, okay, it's complete. As you see, as I add more and more connections and members, frame members, the model in IDEA Statica continues developing, right? Okay, sorry. Need to look from a proper angle, I guess. Like this, okay. And let's select and right click. Let's see. Oops, didn't go. I did something wrong. Anyways, or we can use this one. You see another connection somewhere else in my model, in the global model, but it develops there. And if I add more and more connections, it is going to show me the whole model, and it continues, runs upon your requirements. So this is more or less what I would like to talk about in Protosteel. As I already told you, we will be bringing the load transfer to IDEA Statica export link, and we are working on providing the whole model directly from Protostructure to IDEA Statica, so that if you don't want to, if you want your connections to be designed based on the CBFEM method directly, you can use IDEA Statica and make your designs there and come back to Protosteel to detail your steel model. Okay, let's close this link. Let's close Protosteel. And let's switch to a reinforced concrete model to talk about Proto details. Okay, Proto Details is a reinforced concrete detailing tool. Actually, it's complementary to Protostructure, and it allows you to generate the details of Protostructure models and lay them down on the sheets on your preferred company standards. And we're going to talk about a little bit on how to create sheets, the details on Proto Details manually. So there were this option that you probably, if you're familiar with Proto Details, you already know that if I click Auto Generate Details, it's going to create the whole details on the sheets at once, like this here. Say this is the detail manager, and I just select form plans, column application, column elevation, whatever details I would like to get, I would like to lay on the sheets. But I will not go this way this time. Instead, let's create ourselves a specific sheet for the foundation details of this building. Okay, so I'm gonna call the sheet command here. And I'm going to utilize one of the existing sheets that I already have and insert it here. Okay, and I will. This is going to be my foundation sheet, and I'm going to create all the details about the foundation on this sheet. First of all, the key plan, the form plan will be laid out here. Okay, but I see the detail here with the chair bars, etc., counted for this mat foundation. but I have the top and bottom bars in both directions according to my finite element math foundation analysis. But this is not enough for me for this case, because there are some drop panels here actually, and they're not detailed automatically currently, but I can provide this detail by myself. How can I do this? Let's create a form section first of all. Let's create this section, use a single link concrete through this axis. Okay, and ProtoDT is a fully featured CAD environment, so you can utilize all the CAD goodies that you would have in your favorite CAD software, like this extension OSNAP. Okay, so I can align my section with the foundation. And I have comments like move comments, copy comments, and all the CAD comments that you can imagine. And you can configure them, of course, as you wish. So for this drop panels, I need to add some reinforcement, but ProtoDetails provides intelligent reinforcements, right? If I select this is an intelligent rebar, and it knows actually it's a rebar. If I change anything about it, if I change its diameter, if I change its concrete cover, it actually triggers all the relevant, all its links, and makes necessary relevant changes like quantity table updates. I would like to have the same possibilities for the newly generated rebars. So I will use manual intelligent rebar commands here. I'm going to insert using 4 lines. There are different options. I'm not going to go into detail of all of these, but let's select the type of the rebar. This is going to be a top rebar, U-shaped rebar, let's say. And I would like it, let's make something like 16 maybe. It's going to be between these lines, and it will span from here to right here. You see that as I was showing the span, it calculated the number of rebars automatically, and I will do the same for the other direction bar. Yes, it will span from left to right. Okay. So this is great. Okay, I have 2 rebars, but of course I would like to show this in the section as well. So I just select it, right click, add a view. And now I would like to add this, show this view using F8. I insert it here, and I don't like this label here, leader here. So I will just raise it a little bit using the grips. These are all very nice comments, useful comments. Now, this rebar needs to be shown on the top segment of this rebar, right? As circles in the section. How can I achieve this? I just select this rebar, right click, and add rebar section. Insert the rebar main segment, for example. And if I select from right to left, because it always uses this sign convention from when you're going from one point to another, first point to second point, it places the rebars on the left, and it recalculates the quantity of the rebars. Okay, I accept this newly calculated quantity, and here they are, and it's prompting me to enter the position of the leader. So that's it. Here we have all the information we need now for this column drop panel. And of course, the best part, before coming to the best part, let's finish this sheet. Maybe for some specific reason, I would like to add tie bars on this area only. Okay, just select them, and tie bars are produced. And we have a lot of different features and options like this, and these are all intelligent rebars, as I said. I will show you what it means by intelligent rebar. Okay, let's continue. In this foundation model, we have some pad footing details. I will lay them one by one. So when I clicked and insert one of them, the next one automatically pops up. I will do the same for the pie cap details. This is a little bit tricky because they are bigger objects. The next one here, I don't know. Okay. All right, and let's put this one here. I don't like this position of the chair bar. Let's put it here. As we see, we have pile caps here, and that means that we have piles. So we need to design these piles as well. For this purpose, I can use Proto Details Design Library. Under the design library, there are a lot of different options, different macros that we can talk a little bit more actually in a minute. But I'm going to use pile design macro here. Design one of these piles, let's say. You can generalize this for all the piles here, but let's make an example out of it. Working load and lateral analysis I would like to perform. Of course, I provide the, first of all, the soil profile, and the design parameters and standard penetration test results so that I can calculate the working load of this pile, and I can follow its profile through the depth of it. And for lateral analysis, let's use click by Xview bending, and I just click design pile reactions, and I can see the detailed moment diagrams, shear diagrams, deflection, soil pressure, interaction, and so on. And finally, the results. And when I'm done, I would like to take this report because when I click the report, it generates the calculation report, step-by-step calculation report for this pile. But beyond that, when I create this report, it adds the report to the previously generated model reports. So it's among them now. So when I compile my final report on this model, on this whole model, this structure, it will be added at the end of it. So when I'm done with it, I click OK, and let's place it here. Let's see if it's a good position, not a bad one. Okay. We have a quantity table, but anyways, I don't care about this because what I will do is I'm going to create a single quantity table for this whole sheet. So what I will do is I'm going to call the quantity table comment, and let's make it a portrait. Let's click OK, and I'm going to select an area on the drawing, and I will enter, and it gives me a warning: previously assigned bar marks will be deleted and new bar marks will be assigned. Yes, because all of these components had actually quantity tables itself and bar marks themselves, but I'm going to clean them and create a new one. You see all the existing quantity tables have disappeared, and the new quantity table have appeared for the whole sheet. So this is how can I say, a one-stop sheet for all the foundations, all the details in the foundation. So for particularly smaller projects, these kind of approaches are actually very useful. That can help you very much, I believe. And a new feature is that we have brought with 2025 version is the export of quantity table. Actually, we had the export before. By the way, you can add this to the report, as I mentioned previously for the pile cap, for the pile detail. But if I say export table, if I run this command, you see that it automatically shows it up in a Excel-like environment. Previously, we had the option to transfer this as a CSV file, and we didn't have the shapes export, of course. But our recent development is we have added the direct Excel link. So when I click the Excel and I just write the name of the file, say foundation sheet, you see that an Excel file has been generated. And if I open this up, I can see that all the information has been transferred here with the shape data as well, with shapes drawings. And you can add more sheets on this file, and you can collect all your quantity takeoff under one Excel book. So far, so good. So let's close this. And let's create another sheet. Okay, maybe this time let's create multiple sheets, not one, but two, from top down. Again here. And I don't know, we can prepare the story elevation drawings, right? For example, this axis. There are really a lot of different options, like crazy number of options to draw, to create a detail of beam axis all around the world. We have learned this the hard way, but we have adapted, I think, I believe well, because there are many different practices all around the world, and we have to comply with them, with all of them. And particularly for the seismic detailing, there is an important rule. Actually, it says that American code says that you shouldn't be making your splices in the region that is 2H away from the support. That makes a lot of sense actually, because the 2H from the support is a region actually that we have the plastic hinge formations, and we shouldn't have our splices there, right? For this highest seismic zones, we have a setting here. I go beam settings now. See curtailment. You see, as I said, there are really a lot of different options. Currently, we have 6 for bottom and we have 6 for top spans. And this is the new option that comes with 2025 version, lap bars 2H away from support. And if I select it for both, let's say, and let's draw this specific axis again, and we see that actually these splices have been created 2H, at least 2H away from the support. But please note that it doesn't have to be necessarily just right 2H away exactly, because there are some different constraints come into picture while creating these details, and all of them are calculated together, and the optimized position is calculated and placed. So I would like to create, I can continue, of course. Similarly, I would continue for creating all these sheets, all these axes to be generated inside the sheet. Let's say that we have already done this. Let's continue with column elevations. Maybe I can do the same for the column elevations. First floor, maybe only. And this one-by-one insertion option allows you to squeeze your details and make it a more economical for your company, so that you would use less paper space. This is totally up to you. You are in control when you're approaching this manual method. You are in total control of your detail generations. And we have, of course, the column schedule. This is where is it? Column schedule. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. Here we go. The column schedules. Let's say, all right, let's throw it here. I don't know. For this story, there are only 2 different type of sections, and it summarizes the whole detailing information for the columns here. And this is just like a quick lookup table. Okay, so I would like to talk a little bit some underrated features of Protodetails here. First of all, let's create. First of all, Protodetails is a MDI environment. What I mean by that is actually you can create multiple windows, as I will do now here. I will use Control-N to create a new drawing file. And instead of creating any detail or drawing from ProtoStructure, I would like to create a sheet for my company standards. Okay, for this purpose, I'm going to open a drawing file, which is here. I'm going to go to the Protolib under Documents. You have the same folder when you have installed ProtoStructure. You get the same folder structure here under your Documents, Protolib, and this is where we keep under Sheets. This is where we keep all our sheet information as in the DXF format. So I'm going to open one of the sheets. Let's say this is A0 sheet, A0 size sheet, and I will see what I can do with this. Let's say my company has different standards than this sheet because all of the companies use their own standards, right? So let's stretch, for example, this. I don't know, from here to here, it's orthogonal. Here, maybe more space for the project title. And I don't know, maybe revision is not here, but instead here. I can do any kind of modification here, or I can start from scratch. I just need to have two basic polylines in 2 layers, namely sheet view out and sheet view in. These are the polylines. These polylines allows us to determine which space we are going to use for detailing and which space we are going to use for quantity takeoff. So other than this, you can do anything you want. Actually, it's totally up to you. And you will see that there are some placeholders here, like thrown by and hashtag thrown by, right? What is the meaning of this? Actually, if I go to ProtoStructure, settings, options, and project preferences, you will see that here, calculated by, designed by, same thing, controlled by, checked by. The hashtag actually points you the name of this, the value of this hashtag will be replaced while you are using this sheet, okay? So this is a new sheet. Let's say I have modified more and changed everything, let's say, okay. What I need to do is actually export this as in DXF format. So I'm going to use an export for external software. And I will say that, so all the open drawings are here now, listed here. I will export it here. Okay, why not? So this is with the same name, but this is a new sheet. So I will rename it new to new sheet. Okay, I will cut this from here and again go to my Protolib folder, and under the sheets I paste it. Now I can immediately use this. Let's open another one, another drawing, a new drawing, and use this sheet right away. I call the sheet command, and where's my new sheet? Oh, here we go. Proto new sheet, right? Okay, let's insert it. You will see that all the modifications are here, and all the placeholders are replaced with the actual values of these fields. Here, I would like to ask you a question. Please direct us your thoughts on this, because I really wonder if we should make any enhancements to this. For example, would you like to see? Would you like to be able to add your own rows here and define them in the sheet? I mean, this maybe you can we can allow you inserting your logo here as well, so that you wouldn't be able to put it into all of the sheets. Would that sound? How would that sound like to you? I would like to know about this. Please tell us your opinions on this. As always, of course, we will be listening to you. Okay, so I have created a new sheet, and I can, again, I don't know, that's something there, so it wouldn't be an empty one, right? Okay. Here we go. And I must say that we have made a lot of enhancements to the merged core walls as well with this new version. And we have actually further refined the core wall detailing in the minor updates as well. And there will be a minor update coming in the following week, probably. Hopefully. So you will have a better detailing of the merged walls. And we are working on this, and we are working on the closed box merge walls as well. I believe that this is going to be very useful too, because the approach changes a little bit in terms of software development. We have to change some approach there for the closed boxes. So, but it will be very useful, and with the next versions, we will try to provide it. Okay, I would like to mention one more thing actually. And before going to that, let's say we have this beautiful sheet here. Let's create more of them. And what other macros do we need to talk about actually? Let me talk about cantilever retaining wall a little bit. I would like to mention this because recently we have brought a new feature to this, an improvement to this actually. When you have your retaining wall at the land border, you can't actually use the base plate at the back of the retaining wall, right? Let me show you. First of all, it wouldn't be this high. Okay, so what I mean is here, this part, B3, right? Sometimes it has to be 0, okay? We couldn't do this before because of some limitations on the calculation approach, but currently we can do this now. And when I do this, okay, of course, I need to revisit the design, and I don't know, maybe make it a little bit more robust with the section design. And again, of course, I can create reports, etc. But I will go with the detailing now. Oops, not the correct position. But again, I can move it. I can rearrange everything, whether they are intelligent objects or primitive objects like lines, for example. Say line or circles, for example, doesn't matter. You have all the CAD flexibility in the ProtoDetails environment. And well, I can talk about more about the detail library, design library, but I would like to stop here. And I just would like to mention one more thing. about engineering utilities. We have this is not a new thing, but I'd like to talk about it a little bit. You can there are some different tools actually we need from time to time. These are basic, very basic rules, and we need them everywhere, almost everywhere in our calculations, right? As engineers, so we have this concrete cover and anchorage calculation tool according to the codes that we support, and actually this software uses these algorithms, these functions everywhere under the hood. So whatever you see, whatever you calculate here, actually is used by the software while we are drawing and generating the details for the column elevations, for the beam elevations, and everything, the pad footings and everything. So whenever you're in doubt with your calculation, or something doesn't seem look right to you in terms of covers, I don't know, hook lengths, lap lengths, etc., just you can refer here, use this reference, and you can print a fully, you can print a detailed report here. It shows you all the factors and everything that we use to calculate this value. Okay, and recently we have made these tools, some of these tools, available online on our web page. You can visit protasoftware.com, and you will see that all these tools are available. That is online tools. Okay. Finally, I would like to mention one last thing, because again, I believe that this is an important feature, but not used by, not very widely understood by our users, is that the template management. You know that as a global company, we serve in a lot of different countries, and we have some pre-created templates with all the settings predefined in them. But sometimes you need more than one template for a country, for your companies. You may need specific templates for your company, and you may need to share them among the colleagues or with other companies, right? To be on the same page while you are using your projects, while you are exchanging data, collaborating with each other. So what you can do is, once you are done with a project, you have, let's say, you change everything, almost some part of the options here, you have changed, modified to your own needs. Now you want to share this information with other companies and collaborate. What you would do is actually, you just create a new template and name it. That's it. Okay, new template. That's just it. It's that easy, and it's actually being generated now. It's being copied, and when it's done, it will be, yes, you see, it pops up here. And you can go to the templates directory, and you can share it with your colleague. Let's go, where is it? It's under 8. It's under app data, roaming, Prota structure for 2025 version. It's R8. Okay, templates. You can see that I have this template here, and I can share it with someone else. And if they put this template in the same directory in their computer, they will be able to use it. Okay, this is more or less what I wanted to talk about today. Let's see if there are any questions. Yes, okay. One answer to my question. Good to have two options to include payload fields, to include data that need to be inserted on the sheets. Okay, great. Thank you very much for the contribution. We will definitely think about this. And please send us more recommendations to shape the product further. We have our own agenda, of course. We have a lot of ideas in mind that we're gonna bring into our products. But it's really important to make your needs priority. So if you direct us, if you show us where to go, we would really appreciate this. I don't see any more questions actually. Thank you very much for listening to me. It's always great to talk to you, and remember that we are always listening to you. Please don't hesitate to reach us through our channels, through our help center, through our support desk, and our webpage. We are always there for you, and we really, with all the teams that are on board in Protostructure, we really love helping you with your projects, with your engineering. We think of ourselves as engineering assistants to you with our products. So it's our pleasure to help you. Thank you very much for listening to me. See you next time. And have a nice day or night wherever you are. Cheers.